It's shoot 'em up time here on Retro Core, and this week we're going to take a look at Gekirindan. Original arcade game made by Taito. This Sega Saturn game, I presume, is made by Virgin Interactive. And why do I presume that? Because it's bloody awful! Even the bloody introduction's in full motion video. Not in real time, it's a video. Why? Okay, so, typical affair. You get to choose between 3 different ships. You're going to have your man, you're going to have your woman, and you're going to have the little rogue at the end. So, into the first stage. Bloody hell! What the hell was that? That was a bit scary, wasn't it? That jerky looking scaling effect. Okay, so Gekirindan, the time traveling shooter, has 2 versions of play. We can play in the standard Sega Saturn mode, which is what we've got now. And basically what that does is squeeze down the arcade game screen to fit on a regular TV. Unfortunately, the whole screen doesn't fit on the TV, so you've got to push up and down on the screen to actually scroll the screen upwards or scroll it back downwards. Which is a pain in the ass because most of the time you can't see what's shooting you because it's off the screen. Bloody hell, just look at the awful scaling of that space station to the side. Oh, slow down, slow down. Now, this cannot be made by Taito, can it? I mean, you look at Taito's other shooters for the Sega Saturn and they're all amazing. Here we go with the first level boss. I notice the background is static, it's not moving, right? Now let's take a look at the game in Tate mode or vertical screen mode. That's the mode where you have to switch the TV round so it's actually standing on its side. But due to the magic of editing, you can actually see it as normal here on this video. But do you notice that the background is actually moving? It's swaying? A bit weird the way it's missing from the vertical mode game, isn't it? Anyway, so once you kill the first boss, he scurries away down this little time warp, and instead of just leaving him to destroy the past or the future, wherever he's going, you're an idiot and you run after him to blow his ass away. But of course, first you've got to have a little bit of a story and a score update. So from now on, we'll play the game in the way it's intended in vertical screen mode or tate mode, as it's called in Japanese. So as you can see, we've gone to 1942. Oh yeah. You may also notice that the actual background music is the same tune, but now it's got a bit of an Imperial March theme to it. Now, unlike many of the other Taito shooters on the Sega Saturn, this game does feature very, very temperamental controls. The controls seem to be a bit too light, so there'd be many situations which you just saw then, where you're in a tight spot where you have to dodge a bullet, but you can't actually move over just a fraction of space because the controls are just so light. You end up moving, well, far more than you want to move. It just doesn't feel tight enough. And the fact that the scrolling on it is incredibly jerky, which is just unacceptable on a Sega Saturn game. And the scaling when it zooms in and out, it's just nothing but put you off. None of this helps as far as playability goes. Now you may notice that the mid-level boss here is actually the same as the first level boss. Yeah, it's the same guy, but he's just got a new body. And he's the only boss in the entire game. A lack of imagination, I wonder. Now, did you see that pause? That wasn't me pausing the game. That was the game loading in mid-level. Disgraceful. Honestly, you'd think this game had been programmed by some students. Now you're probably wondering whether Gekirindan, the time-traveling shooter, is worth picking up. Well, surprisingly, for some strange unknown reason, it's actually quite popular in Japan. Maybe it belongs to that Kosoge or shit game group, I don't know. But for some reason, it does command a pretty, well, not an expensive price tag, but a hell of a lot higher than some of the pretty good shooters out there, such as Darius Gaiden, which you can get from buttons. Ah, the final boss. I tell you what, let's kill this final boss and see just how many people were involved in making this awful shooter. I can't be bothered doing this properly. Let's just let off a couple of bombs and kill them that way. Here we go with the end credits. Oh, bloody hell, even the end credits are full motion video. Why? It's not exactly hard to make that work in real time, is it now? Let's see. Saturn stuff. We got a producer, we got 3 programmers, you got 1 guy doing the graphics, and produced by Virgin Interactive Entertainment, Japan. So in total you've got what? 6 people. No, 5 people. No wonder it's a shit game.